Hello everyone and welcome back to another Starfield mod showcase. This, as you can tell on the side of the ship, is the In Amber Clad. This is the official model from Halo 2 anniversary, so all credit goes to 343 Industries, now called Halo Studios, for this model. So first off, the build guide. Everything should be included in the mod, and I do have two different builds I'm going to show you today. One is unmodded, and that is not this one. I thought it was this one. Hang on. It's this one. Okay, here we go. So this is the unmodded version of the build. It is a very big ship, and so you can put a lot in here. And don't feel like you have to build it exactly as I have laid out. The only exception would be this front piece here or up here. You need one of these at a bare minimum so that you can put the Docker on. But we will get to that in just a moment. So starting off at the bottom, come on, there we go. You're going to want to get the In Amber Clad landing bay. And then on top of that, I have the Deimos computer core 2x1, and then a Deimos workshop 2x1 behind that. Because this is a really big ship, I only wanted one ladder going all the way up to the top level, and so I broke it up and put these Deimos companionways in between. You don't have to use Deimos, you can use whatever you want. I just used Deimos because I thought that it fit the best in terms of the aesthetics that I would think the In Amber Clad would have. Above this we have the Deimos Armory, and then another Deimos Armory. This is from Halo, and they're at war with the Covenant, so they would certainly have a bunch of armaments on this ship. We have another Deimos Companionway 1x1, and then on top of that a Deimos All-in-One Berth 2x1. Another Companionway 1x1, and then we have a Deimos Living Quarters 3x1, and a Deimos All-in-One Berth 2x1. We then have another Deimos Companionway, and then a Deimos Control Station, and another Deimos Computer Core. Above that we have another Companionway. That's a running theme right now. And then we have a Deimos Control Station and another Computer Core. And then behind this, behind the Control Station, we have the Deimos Cargo Hall 2x3. We have a Hope Tech Hab cross brace, and then we have the Deimos Computer Core 2x2. And then we've got 4 weapon plates on this. I'm going to change that real quick. There we go. That's better. We do have 4 weapon equipment plates up here, but I've got 3 Atlati 280C missile launchers on top of the computer core 2x2, and then on the right side of the cargo hull we have the same thing, just invert the missile launchers on top of the computer core. So again, we've got a Hope Tech Hab cross brace and then the computer core. You don't have to have the cross brace. I like it. I like the look of it, of how it like breaks up the monotony of having the doors and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I did it. Okay. On top of the Deimos Control Station, we have another Deimos Companionway, and then we are finally at the very top of the ship. We have a Deimos All-in-One Berth 3x1 up top here, and then we have a Hope Tech Hab cross brace with a Deimos engineering bay on the left, and then another Hope Tech Hab cross brace and another Deimos engineering bay on the right. They're both 2x2s on the engineering bays. Did that because obviously the engines are back here, so you would want to have your engineering bay back here, and it's the same idea with the computer core. That's why I put them there, because you would need both those systems to run the engines, I would imagine. In front of the all-in-one berth, we have a Deimos living quarters 3x1, Deimos infirmary 2x1, Deimos armory 2x1, and then on either side of the armory we've got a Hope Tech Hab cross brace, and then on the left of that, of the Deimos armory on the left hand side, we have the Deimos living quarters 2x2, and on the right side we have the Deimos brig 2x2. Notice I've got 4 more equipment plates, and I have the MKE9 Gauss gun on the inside, the top inside equipment plate on both of these. And then in front of that, the Deimos mess hall 2x3. And notice how this is oriented too. I've got the Hope Tech Hab cross brace linked into the front port on the living quarters and on the brig. Okay, so that's, yeah. Do that, otherwise you're going to snap here and you might have doors that you don't want. Anyways, we have the Deimos mess hall 2x3. In front of that, we've got another Deimos armory 2x1 with 2 more Hope Tech Hab cross braces. On the right, we have the Deimos battle stations 2x2. And on the left, we have the Deimos battle stations 2x2. Again, this is a very much a wartime cruiser, so you would have this. And then we've got 4 MKE9 Gauss guns on top of 4 equipment plates on all 4 of these points. And on the right hand side, same thing. We've got, 4 more MKE9 Gauss guns. In front of the armory, we have a Deimos science lab. And then in front of that, we have a Deimos control station with a Marauder 115N railgun. So, interesting thing about the Enamor Clad is that it actually has all of the frigates for the UNSC have a railgun or a weapon of some type right here in this portion of the ship, and so that's kind of what I was trying to simulate with this. You might be able to do a better job if you put it like up here somewhere and move this back, but I did not try that. I don't know how well that would work, but feel free to try that out if you want it to be in a more canonical place on the Enamor Clad. Looking at the bottom first, this does get a little bit tricky because you are going to run into an invisible wall, so you might want to grab all this and then move it back so you've got more maneuvering room. But moving to the bottom, from the Deimos control station, we have 1, 2, 3 Deimos companionways heading down to the bottom, and then we have a Deimos science lab, Deimos control station, and a Deimos control station. You do not have to have this, but I did it because I wanted this, the Enamor Clad Docker, which is snapped into the front piece of the Deimos control station. You actually should be able to put it up here if you want. So you don't have to do all of that. I did it because I wanted a big ship, and I wanted to use a lot of the available space. So that's what I did. Moving on to the top, we've got 2 more Daimos companionways here. And then we've got a Daimos workshop 2x1, Daimos computer core 2x1, Daimos companionway, and then finally we have a Daimos control station. On top of it, we've got the Kon-Tiki B600 bridge. This is kind of annoying. I think the bridge is actually supposed to go right here, I think, but I don't know how well that would have worked with the size that it is. If it was bigger, it probably would have been fine, but, you know. Moving on to the equipment, on the Daimos Armory, this front Daimos Armory right here that's next to the battle stations, I have the Clad engines, then the Clad fuel tank behind that, the Clad grav drive behind that, the Clad reactor behind that, and finally the Clad shield generator behind that. Now keep in mind, because this is such a big ship, you're going to need mods just to build this. I think the only requirements for this should be the all-in-one ship upgrades mod that I did, and the what's it called? I am forgetting what it is called right now. It'll be in the description. I don't know why I can't think of what that mod is called, but it allows plugins to work. But anyways, once you have all of that, grab the Clad. It's a structural piece. You want to drag it so that it snaps right there. Now, the snap points for this are actually down here on the bottom. They're actually inside right here. I might actually be able to show y'all. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. So I've got three, maybe 4. Anyways, I've got snap points down here that the halves snap to. That's the only snap points that are on this thing. So you do need to have this bottom section done. Okay, you do need to have all of this built. Even if you just do a whole bunch of 1x1s, you know, a bunch of companionways all the way up to the top, that's doable. It's fine. It's plenty big enough for that to fit, but you will need to do that. Now, snapping it in place is a little bit difficult. Easiest way to tell is to look at the front here and then make sure that you can barely see that front hab right there. That does clip a little bit, but it's not too bad. Right where the railgun attaches, you do that, and voila, that's where you want the Clad to snap to. Should be a lot easier than snapping the Enterprise, because I actually figured out the snap points this time around. So it should work a lot better. Once you've done that, that's the ship. That's how you build it. Now, that is the vanilla Clad. Now I'm going to show you. There we go. I'm going to show you mine. It's very similar. It's almost exactly the same. There are a few things that are different in this one. So you'll see I've got this. This is Melita's Aerospace, the 6-deck elevator. I like the elevators a lot more than the ladders for this because it's such a big ship. This makes it so much easier to navigate. And then I don't have anything on the back end over here like I do on the vanilla version. But I've got the Deimos workshop up front, and I do still have the landing bay in the same spot. It's just this is the workshop instead of the, what did I have down here? Control station, computer core, something like that. So yeah, and then I skip a level because I don't want ladders, and I've got a Deimos armory, skip a level again, and then a Deimos control station 2x1, and then behind, and this on the same level as the Deimos control station, I've got a science lab, because why not? And then because of the way the elevators work, as far as I know at least, haven't played around with them a whole lot, maybe you can just go all the way up, but I don't know. I've got a 5-deck elevator next to that, and then I've got Deimos control station right there, another Deimos control station above that, and then another elevator, which is a 3-deck elevator. On the top deck of the 5-deck elevator is where I have the cargo hull snapped in, and then I've got the Hope Tech Hab cross braces and the engineering bays. I did switch out the weapons. I've got CE-59 missile launchers on this instead of the Atlatl 280C missile launchers. I wanted to try these out. I've never used them, so I figured why not. So that's what I did. Those were switched out. And then up top, got the Deimos computer cores and another Deimos computer core right here, snapped to the top end of the 3-deck elevator. Got the Deimos all-in-one berth 3x1, Deimos infirmary 2x1, Deimos armory, and then on the right side over here I have the brig 2x2 with, again, MK-E9 Gauss gun. On the left, though, I've got Miletus Aerospace Large Captain's Quarters. The original build does not have the Captain's Quarters. I couldn't really find a really good spot to put one where it would fit and not clip. I don't think, at least. I mean, maybe right here. But I don't know. Y'all might have to play around with that and see what you can come up with. So that's what I did. And then mess hall again, armory again, and then I've got a 1x1 here that attaches to a 4-deck elevator. And then we've got the all-in-one berth 2x1, Deimos armory 2x1, 1x1 companionway, control station 2x1, and the Kon-Tiki 600 bridge again. Attaching to the bottom 4-deck elevator, and on top of the 4-deck elevator I have the railgun. So the railgun's one spot back actually from the original, and then all-in-one berth 2x1, Deimos armory, Deimos infirmary, and then on the front here, I can't select it. Of course I can't. There we go. The Clad Docker again. So that's the modded build, and I'm going to show y'all the interior of this one because it's a lot better. I like it a lot more with the elevators. If you do this when you snap it, it is a bit finicky because of the elevators. Just make sure it's green and make sure there's not anything snap or clipping too much. You're going to get a little bit of clipping. So with that, I would encourage you to actually select your habs and make them black so that they blend into the Clad. Like, it's not, they clip a little bit, but it's not that bad. This goes for both versions. So going to accept. Okay, so this is my home ship. So we're going to exit. So there she is in all of her glory. She's just as long as the Enterprise. So this is, yeah, she's as big as the Enterprise is in terms of length. I believe the width is either a little bit less or a little bit more on the back end here compared to the saucer section of the Enterprise. But, hang on. Uh-oh. I walked past it. Should be right here. There it is. Yeah. So you basically want to line yourself up at the very bottom right here, and then there it is. It can be easy to miss, just like the other ones that I've done. I do apologize for that. I'm going to see if I could do something about that, and maybe make the cube, because that's all I'm using. I'm using an invisible cube as the door. I might see if I can make it wider, but I can't make any promises. So, okay, so use the call button. And then I can go up, and that's fine. There's nothing there, so I skip every other one. So I'm going to want to go to deck 3. And this is Melita's Aerospace. This is not part of my mod. Okay, this is a different mod. Here's an armory. Let's see. Should be 5? I think. Yeah. Okay, so this one has 2 different areas. We've got the control station, and then we have science lab. And then I can go up one more. And see, this is a shame. Why couldn't Bethesda do this? And this leads to another elevator. There we go. Don't know if there's anything on level 2. There is. Good. Another control station. Boring. Should be level 4, I think. Okay. Another control station. I'm going to change those to armories, honestly. This thing doesn't have enough armories in it for what it is. Here we have the top. No, not the top. That's right. This is one level below the top, I think. Cargo hall. Engineering bay. I'm so glad Deimos has this. Like, this is so cool. Why couldn't all of them have nice engineering bays like this? Like, that's so annoying that they all don't just have the same stuff. It's really annoying. I hate that. Another engineering bay. I think that's the engineering bay at least. Either the engineering bay or the computer core. This might actually be the computer core. I don't know. I'm not super used to Deimos. I normally don't use Deimos for my stuff, as I'm sure you all know. I use... normally, I use the Stroud stuff. Alright, we're up top. Okay, yeah, that is the engineering bay. So this is the computer core, that's right. So we've got computer core here, computer core here, and computer core here. Ta-da! We have our all-in-one berth. infirmary. Making sure I'm not missing my thing. Here it is. Armory, which means we have the brig over here on the right-hand side. And yes, I'm aware of this. That is part of the in-amber clad model. I can't do anything about that. But you can clip through it. It's not a big deal. Unless you're just like, I can't stand looking at that. I don't mind it. So, and again, ship's modular, so do what you want. Here's the captain's quarters. Melita's captain's quarters. This is by far my favorite captain's quarters of all time because of how big it is. Like, this is what it should have been to begin with. Okay. Here's the mess hall. Yeah, that's the mess hall. Okay, then we have our battle stations over here. And battle stations over here. And see, this one doesn't clip, so you can move stuff up here if you want. If you don't want that clipping, you can move those two that are behind this up and get rid of them if you wanted. And then we go forward, and we have more elevators. Where does this go? This goes up or down? I don't know. Hang on. Okay, so this one goes up. So this one goes down. Okay, this one just goes straight down. There's nothing here except for one thing. And yes, that clips. I'm aware of that as well. Don't complain. This was hard enough to get in the game as is. The model did not want to play nice. Armory, infirmary, and now we have the docker right there. I should probably swap that around. That doesn't make a lot of sense to have the infirmary and then the armory. That should be the armory. Whatever. It's fine. Can't you tell I put this together quickly? Alright, going back up. Going up again. Okay, so this leads to the bridge. So we have an armory right here. Oh, that's the 1x1. Yes, more clipping. I know, it's nice, it's awesome. I hate that that's there, but it is what it is. Okay. Here we are on the bridge. You can use first person in this, so that is a thing that is doable. This is what it looks like on the outside. I updated the all-in-one ship upgrades mod, so the third-person camera is no longer right up on the back end of your ship unless you modify it. That was on my end, so that's been fixed. So just kind of a side note there. There she goes, taking off. And here she is in space. So if y'all are looking for a big battle cruiser, like, here you go. Here it is. And this thing does a crap ton of damage because it's got so many weapons. But that's the mod. I hope y'all like it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Download will be in the description. It's on Nexus. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now.